Hello, everyone. Good evening. It's great to see all of your bright faces once again. We're all back today for another webinar. I can see so many exciting faces also. So we're in the month of November, and in the second week of November, we had so many releases. So we will be speaking about that. I hope that everybody is settling in quite nicely. I'm going to give few more minutes for all of you to join and settle in quite nicely so we can start with EalSuite evolution. I hope that my screen is visible to everyone. If any one of you was not able to see my screen, you can use the chat, or you can use the raise hand option, or you can use any of the emojis and I will look into it. If you can clearly see my screen, if I'm properly audible and visible for all of you, you can just give me a thumbs up, or you can just type it down in the chat box. That'd be really helpful. Thank you very much, Aditya. Thank you very much for that. Yes, so I can see, yes, so I am clearly audible and visible, right? So before moving forward, let me just give you a heads up about what you will be able to see in your platform and how you will be able to communicate with me. There will be a raise hand option available for all of you. If you are coming across any doubts or any sort of issues, uh, please use it. We'll be looking into it from the back end. And if you're having any doubts regarding any of the releases or anything about the software, you should write it down in the chat box. And there's a Q&A option also available, I can see. So please write down your questions in that as well. All right. At the very end, we will be having a Q&A session and we'll be going through each and everyone's queries. I'll be taking it up personally. And we have a bunch of things to discuss right now. So let me just guide all of you into the screen that I'm sharing. We will be discussing about EalSuite evolution, new series manager, enhanced lead management, stock validations, and more. So as always, let's get started. My name is Varun Krishna, and I will be guiding all of you today in this webinar, in our release note webinar. So we'll be getting started. You can see that my screen is shared. We'll first of all, as usual, discuss about the release notes. So we're here to discuss about the new releases, which were released on 18th of this particular month, 18th of November. So we have feature updates, enhancements, and this time we only have a single resolved issue, one single issue that we'll be talking about. So let's get started. First of all, we'll be looking into streamlined purchasing. Effortlessly convert your purchase receipt to your purchase bills in bulk. So the same thing applies in our same sales section also. We already had that thing in our sales section. If you want to convert our delivery notes into our invoices, if we had multiple delivery notes, which we want to convert it into a single invoice, we were able to do that in a bulk manner. So we have implemented the same in our purchase section also. Right now, we will be able to convert it in a bulk manner, that is the purchase receipts into purchase bills. And we have introduced new series managers for inventory adjustment as well as warehouse transfers. We'll be looking into that. Then enjoy the flexibility of deleting lead quotations, sales orders, and pro forma invoices. We have introduced the feasibility, or we have introduced the ability for everyone to delete lead quotations, sales orders, and pro forma invoice. Then into the enhancement part, we have brought in a new layout for our committed stock reports when we download it in a PDF manner. Then stay notified. Keep on top of your game with notification for accepted quotations, purchase order, delivery challenge, or delivery notes right from the preview page itself. And we will see how that notification comes up. Then we have the boosted stock validation. we are excited to announce that we have made significant improvements to the performance of negative stock validation in all stock entry areas, whole throughout the software. And we'll also be discussing how this optimizes things and how it ensures a smoother experience for the users. Then we'll be looking into dashboard widgets supercharged, where how we have optimized the invoice and purchase aging widgets. Then the fresh button design that we have implemented under the customers, suppliers, and the lead page section. And finally, we'll be looking into an invoice update privilege issue that was fixed. And I'll be speaking about what that issue was and how we have resolved it. And I'll show you how it's perfectly working fine right now. So we will be going back to our PPT and we'll be getting started. Streamlined purchasing. So enjoy the ability to convert multiple purchase receipts to purchase bill at once. And another advantage is that you will be able to convert and minimize the risk of manual errors, which can save time and reduce manual labor as well. And the future implications is that streamlined purchasing has the potential to revolutionize your business operations. So we will look into how this gets applied. So I already told you that if we go to our sales section into a delivery node section, and if we have two delivery nodes under the same customer itself, and if you want to convert it, you will be able to select the checkboxes, go to options and convert to invoice. So this functionality was already present under the sales section. Similarly, we have introduced one under the purchase receipt section as well. So let's do one thing. We'll start by creating a purchase order. We'll select Harmony Haven or String Sound Corporation as the supplier. We'll keep the status in a published manner. Now let's select a few. Yes, I'm going to select 3 of these items, random items, I would say. And let these be the amount of quantity. We have the decoration garlands, diesel, and then digital piano. The quantities are mentioned. And yes, we need to mention the price for digital piano as well. We are not going to give any discounts. The GST rates are here. So we have the total here as well. So I can save it. Now it is in a pending manner. So I can convert it into a purchase receipt. Now imagine a case in which the supplier is having a partial delivery, right? In such cases, what we'll have to do, we'll have to convert it into a purchase receipt. So if we convert it into a purchase receipt where the delivery is not going to be complete, where this is going to be delivered with 2 quantities, diesel it's 4 and digital piano, let it be 8. Okay, so we can see that 8,785 is going to be the amount that is going to be getting delivered to us. Sorry, this is the price of the quantity that is going to be getting delivered to us. And the amount of quantity has also been mentioned here. So what happens if we click on save? The purchase receipt will be created. Now, what happens to the purchase order? That's the next question. You can see this was a purchase order and the status is partially converted. Now, we can see that the total quantities are mentioned at the top and the remaining quantity that is going to be supplied or that will be delivered to us. The remaining quantity is also mentioned here. So in such cases, will have to again convert it. If you are if you will be receiving the next portion of the delivery, in such cases, we'll be converting it again into a purchase receipt. In such situations, the advantage is that the remaining quantity will be shown here directly. We don't have to enter it manually or anything like that. So yes, you can see the rest of the total is mentioned here. And if you click on save, in such cases, we will be having 2 different purchase receipts created under the same supplier itself. You see, in such cases, if you want to convert it into a purchase bill, what can we do? You can either go to the first one and then you can convert it directly into a purchase bill. But imagine a case in which we want to convert both of these purchase receipts into a single purchase bill. So you'll have to select the checkboxes, go to the options, convert to purchase bill. The whole quantity is going to be shown here. And if we click on save, then we would have created a purchase bill, which will be in an unpaid status. And for further payment, you can go to the payments section, add the payment, and this is the total amount. And let's keep it like that itself. We'll keep it credit card and yes, saved. So in such a way, we have created a purchase bill. We have created a single purchase bill from multiple purchase receipts, and we have also done our payment. So that was the first update. That was all about streamlined purchasing. Next, new series manager. We have introduced new series managers for two different sections, and that will be inventory adjustments and warehouse transfers. So gain more control over your inventory adjustment and your warehouse transfers with the new series manager option. And in such situations, you will be able to easily manage your inventory, ensuring accuracy and efficiency in your operation. So let's take a look into that. So for that, we'll go to our settings section. We'll select the first branch, and then we'll have to go to series manager. Series manager can be found under general preferences. If we select the series manager, and if you take a note of, yes, we have inventory adjustment, and this is the prefix and the suffix given. Similarly, we have warehouse transfer also. So warehouse transfer, also the prefix and suffix has been given. So in such situations, if we are going to create, we'll do one thing, we'll go to the inventory adjustment, then the warehouse transfer section. And if you're creating, yes, you can see the new ID here. Similarly, for warehouse transfer, if you're creating a new warehouse transfer, you can see the warehouse transfers ID as well. So that is another new feature update that we have brought in under the series manager section. Next, enhanced lead management. Enjoy the flexibility of deleting lead quotations, sales orders, and pro forma invoices as needed. So this can improve your lead management process and you will be able to achieve greater efficiency under your sales operations as well. So we'll go to three of these sections and we'll show you how the introduction of deleting will be improving things. So under lead quotations, then we have sales orders and pro forma invoices. You can see here we already have three lead quotations created and we have a delete option here. So once if the lead quotation is in an accepted stage, you won't be having the ability to delete it. That's very important. Once if it's in a draft state, you will be able to delete that particular quotation. Right? If it's in an accepted state also, you won't be able to. Now I'll be creating a new lead, which let's keep it in a draft state itself. This will be the item. Okay, clicking on save. This is in a draft state. So see, you will be able to delete it. Now, let's deliver it. And we'll take a look into the quotation section once again. And if it's in a delivered state also, you will be able to further delete it. Now, what happens if it goes into an accepted state? That's the next question. So if we go to the lead section, reload, if it's in an accepted state here, you will be able to delete it. I think further things has been done with this particular quotation. I think that is a reason why, or maybe this particular quotation has been converted into a sales quotation. I think that could be the reason why you are not able to delete this particular quotation. So in this case, also if it's in an accepted stage, you will be able to delete the lead quotation as well. So here, I think this particular person has been converted into a customer, and in such cases, this particular quotation has been converted into a sales quotation. So that is the reason why you are not able to delete it right now. So that was about the deletion part of lead. Now, similarly, we will go into the sales order section also. You can see sales orders are also present, but such sales orders which are in a converted state, you won't be able to delete it. Let's see what happens in the case of pending ones. In pending ones, you will be able to definitely delete it, the sales orders. Now, the pro forma invoices, again, converted pro forma invoices, you won't be able to delete it, but the ones that are sent also, you won't be able to delete it. If you're creating a pro forma and it is not having any sort of dependency with any other bills, if it is not converted, in such situations, you will be able to delete any pro forma invoice also. So we have introduced a delete option for lead quotations, pro forma invoices, as well as sales orders as well. Next, we'll be looking into a revamped committed stock report. So we have introduced a sleek design, explore the sleek new layout of the committed stock report. And this will give you a better data visualization with more clarity. That is what we'll be showing right now. So in order to obtain the committed stock reports, we'll have to go to the report section, and you can see the committed stock report. And let me just do a filter for this particular fiscal, and for all branches, all items, all group. Yes. So we have a committed stock report like this. I can download it in a PDF manner. And what happens if I download it? You can see the date filter gets applied, and the filter gets applied and it shows that date type is by order date, and then date is within this particular span. If there's any sorting, like yes, date is in a sorting manner, I can do another thing as well. I can sort it in a shipment date and then take the download it and check the PDF. And in such cases, the sorting has been applied where it is right now for shipment date in an ascending manner. And how the box has been constructed, I can see that it's a very beautiful report right now. And if you have a bunch of data in it, in such situations, you will be able to get a better picture. So this is the way in which our committed stock report has been revamped. Yes. Next. Stay notified. Real-time updates. Stay on top of your game with notifications for accepted quotations, purchase orders, and delivery challans or delivery notes. So you will be able to efficiently track and manage your transactions with instant updates right from the preview page itself, right? So quotations, purchase orders, and delivery notes. So we'll first of all go into our sales quotations. And I'll show you what we are talking about. Let's create a sales quotation right now. We'll keep it for Kevin. We'll keep it in a draft state itself while creating. Select these two items. Okay, fine. We'll save it. Now, what is next? We have created a quotation. So I can go to the share option and select the share unique bill, generate a link, and I can copy it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into the incognito window. So here I can share this particular code, like, or let's do another thing. I can view it. The accepting part is not shown here. So just close it right now. I can copy this. Maybe I can go to another window. We'll open it in a temporary session. Okay, so I'm not able to see the client's view here where there will be an accepting option for the sales quotation. Okay, imagine that. I think this is in a draft state, right? Let's publish this and let's share it right now. I'm going to create another link. Yes. So here you will be able to see that particular quotation, which has been shared to a client. Now, what happens if I click on accept? If I click on accept, I'm going to close this right now. And if I reload, yes, the status of this particular quotation changes into an accepted state. And in such situations, you can see that I have received a notification, right? And if I look into all the alerts, this is a notification. And if I click here, I will be able to directly get redirected into that quotation page. That is the advantage. So yes. So right now we have seen this for sales quotation. The same thing applies for purchase orders also. We'll also look into creating a purchase order. Save it up. Now, so in such purchase order, again, if I click on accept, yes, this get directly accepted and you will be receiving a new notification here as well. So these are really important when we speak about, you know, staying notified with regards to your sales quotations, purchase orders, and delivery challans. That was another enhancement we had. Next, we'll be moving into boosted stock validations. So in our software, there are different, situations in which we have to look into our negative stock validation part, right? So let's imagine that I'm creating a new invoice. And while creating a new invoice, if I have a bunch of items here, like let's say if I have 100 items of invoice I have to create. In such situations, if every time a negative stock validation is being run for each and every item, if you have 100 items in this particular list, and if you were clicking on save, it was taking a lot of time for that particular invoice to get saved. So right now we have optimized it. Whenever negative stock validation has been taken into consideration by the software, we have enhanced it. We have optimized it in a proper manner that even though if there are 100 items here, and if you click on save, the saving will be instant. The way in which the negative stock validation computation works right now, we have completely revamped it. And that is the update regarding boosting stock validations. So you will be able to experience a faster and more efficient stock entry validation with significant performance improvement. And you will be able to ensure accurate and reliable stock management with improved validation of negative quantities. So this also can streamline your stock entry process and completely eliminate errors with enhanced stock validations as well. All right. So we'll be moving forward into our dashboard widgets getting supercharged. So faster speed, experience improved speed and optimization in our invoice versus purchase aging widget on your dashboard. So the widget that we are talking about is the one you can see in your dashboard, the invoice versus purchase widget. So right now we are in a process of improving our widgets. Uh, if there were a lot of a bunch of data in your invoice versus purchase widget or in this particular view, for few people, if you're having a lot of data, this was getting time for getting loaded. And in such situations, you have to first wait for the entire widget to get loaded, and then only you will be able to move into a different area in your workspace, in your software itself. That was an issue that some of the customers were facing. So we have improved that. We have completely optimized the way in which this particular widget works. And right now we have optimized it 20x times. Yes. Next, fresh button design. Navigate with style on your updated customer, supplier, and the lead page with our fresh button design. This will give you a much more user-friendly interface which also enhances the usability and creates a seamless workflow. So we'll take a look into that. Yes. So we can go to the customer section, the supplier section, as well as the lead section. If we go here and select, and you can see this particular area where the buttons has been changed. Similar thing applies for suppliers also. And the next one will be for lead. Yes, these are the change in the buttons. All right, and next we will be moving into our resolved issue. During this particular update, we have resolved some issues to provide you with a smoother user experience. And the first one, or the one and only one, is the invoice update privilege, which has been fixed. We have resolved the issue where users with the update privileges couldn't change the invoice status via the mark as button. So I'll just show it to you what the issue was. If you come here, we'll first of all go into our users and roles. And in our roles, we have a project member. And for this particular project member, under the sales section, under the invoice section, he or she has the view permission and we have the update permission. So we'll keep it like this and we'll return back. We have one user, which is a project user. We have Matt Damon here. So right now we'll be logging into Matt Damon's account. Let's right now sign into Matt Damon's account, and you can see that under these are the permissions that we have right now provided to Matt Damon. So under the sales sections, we have the list of sections into which that Matt Damon has access to. You can see customers, invoices, retail invoices. We have given permission for such kind of accesses. Now we spoke about the permissions specifically into the invoice section where he has the view access into all the invoices and then the update access. So if we go to the invoice section, yes, we have the list of invoices. He will be able to view the invoices. He won't be able to do anything else. And then we have the option to update the status here. He can, update as published. Right now, it will be in a published manner. You will be able to update the status into a cancelled manner. If I return back into this particular section, return to roles, and if I edit this update, I'm removing the permission to update and I'm submitting. I'm returning back into the invoice section of Matt Damon's workspace, reloading, and you can see that the update status has vanished. So the issue was that even though when we gave a permission to a user that the update, even though the update permission was given to a user, he or she was only able to see like this. He or she was not able to have the option to update it. It was just like this. So if you return back into the project member, edit it, give the update status and submit. And if you reload the page, you will be able to see the option to, I think the page is getting loaded only. Yes, published and cancel. Matt Damon can cancel this particular invoice, right? So that was the issue that we were resolved. So right now, I hope that all of the things that I've explained to everyone in this particular meeting, it's clear. You have the flow to ask your questions right now. Please shoot. Anything related to the releases that we had and anything related to the software will be, you can ask it right now. As far as I can see that there are no questions that nobody is getting asked. So if there's anything, uh, you will also be able to reach out to a support team at a later point also. And let me just thank all of you once again for joining today's meeting. And thank you also for choosing EalSuite as well. If there's any doubts, please reach out to a support team. All right. And make sure that you go through our release notes page and through our documentation pages also to get a fresh update on what were the new releases. All right. And also stay notified, right? There are further releases coming up in the same month itself at the very end of this particular week. Go through it. Like I always say, if there's any doubts, please reach out. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. My name is Varun Krishna, and we'll meet again in 2 weeks' time. Bye bye.